it's me, and today I'm here with a new video for you guys, and I'm really excited to be doing this video because I wasn't able to do this last year. I am doing my top 15 albums of 2015. Now, in 2013 I did a top 10 favorite songs because, well, there weren't that many amazing albums released in 2013, or at least from what I remember. And so it was very easy for me to do a top 10 favorite songs. But last year there were so many amazing albums released that I was just like, yeah, I can't do a top 10 favorite songs, so I'll just do a top 10 favorite albums. But it was so difficult to do that because, like I said, so many amazing albums were released last year. So yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah, there are a lot of amazing albums released this year, but it was a lot easier for me to pick a top 15. It was too difficult to pick a top 10, so I just went ahead and did a top 15 instead, which it kind of like goes kind of well with this whole sort of thing because I mean, like, it's 2015, top 15, so yeah. Before I get on into this list, I'm gonna go ahead and put out some few things about this list. First and foremost, this is the most important thing, and that is this is all based on my personal opinion, my personal tastes. So if you don't agree with something that's on my list, that's all on you. That's all on you. Okay, boo-boo? That's all on you. Because, like I said, this is my personal opinion, my personal taste. The reason why these albums got onto this list is because I can see myself listening to these albums over and over and over again, and I have many favorites off the album. If I just have like a handful of favorites off the album, then it's not really a favorite album, if that makes any sense. Just because it's not on the top 15 though doesn't mean that I'm saying like it's not a good album. I'm just saying that it's not one of my favorites that was released. So yeah, I'm not denying that the albums that don't make it onto the list are not good. I'm just saying that they're not my favorites, my personal favorites. So yeah, just want to put that out there. Next thing is I'm actually going to include EPs that were released this year on the list as well, and I'm actually going to mention those first. And the reason why I want to talk about like the EPs that were released this year is because there are several bands that are very new to the scene. They're the underdogs in the scene, so it's like I want to be able to give them some credit as well because they definitely deserve recognition because they are amazing. So I really want to mention their EPs and like expose you guys to them, help encourage you guys to go check them out. Some of them may be well known, but a lot of them are not very well known because, like I said, they're underdogs, they're very new to the scene. So yeah. And for those of you who don't know me, I am obsessed with like bands that are like new to the scene, that are the underdogs. Like majority of the bands that I listen to, not that many people listen to. I'm not trying to sound hipster with saying that. It's just how I personally work. I don't know why I love underground, underdog, new to the scene bands. I just do. I gravitate towards them a lot. I think part of it has to do with the fact that I love promoting bands and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's probably why, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah. Final point that I want to make before getting on into this list is that I will have a honorable mentions happen right before number 1. So after I go through number 2, I will do my honorable mentions and briefly address some of the albums. Some of them I'll just like go through, but others, particularly one album that I know people are going to be losing their shit over because it didn't make it onto the top 15. I will explain why they didn't make it to the top 15. If they make it onto the honorable mentions, that means I still like them. They're just not my top 15 favorites. Okay? Okay. Now that we got this all straightened out and cleared out and every other bit of shit that needs to be dealt with, let's go ahead and get on into this list. Because we're going to be here for a while, so go ahead and get you some snacks and something to drink because we're probably going to be here for a little while, so be prepared. Into a Dawn by Feridea? I have no fucking clue how to pronounce the name. But they are a Finnish symphonic metal band, and If you guys are fans of Catra, girl, you're gonna love this band because Catra, she is the lead singer of this band. She is back, and this band is heavier than Catra. So, yeah. And Catra, like, she's not only she's the singer, by the way, for those of you who don't know, and she also had a project called Catra, and I'm not entirely sure if they broke up or if they are still together and she just created this as a solo project. I don't fucking know. But yeah, definitely check this EP out. It's really, really cool. Next up is Fire and Ashes from Xandria. They're a symphonic metal band from Germany. They're amazing. I saw them live last year. Oh my god, yes, I cried. It was so fucking good. So fucking good. And it's a really nice EP. There are 7 songs on it. 3 original tracks. 2 new versions of songs from Lisa's era with the band, which Lisa Mittelhave was their original frontwoman. She was with them from the beginning all the way up to 2008. There are 2 covers on this EP, and they are I Would Do Anything for Love by Meatloaf and Don't Say a Word by Sonata Arctica, and both of those covers are really, really good. It is Cold Altair, I think that's how you pronounce it, by the Hardkiss. And the Hardkiss, they are a really good, like, I really don't know how to describe their music. It's kind of like pop rocky in a way. And because, like, there are definitely some rock elements into their music, but it's very pop. But it's not like your usual pop music, though. And they're from the Ukraine, and they're so fucking good. I discovered them about maybe a year or 2 ago because they did a collaboration with Kazaki for Strange Moves, and I fell in love with them instantly. They are so good. This EP is really, really nice. It's got some amazing songs on there. Highly encourage you guys to check them out. My favorite song off the EP, like, without a doubt, is Tony Talk. It is so fucking good. Melissa from FKA Twigs, for those of you who don't know of her, her music is experimental music, and it's very, very cool stuff. Very, very artsy and cool and wonderful. Very good music to listen to when you just want to chill and relax and just, yes. And when she released the EP, she actually released the EP in a form of a music video, which is so cool. And it's like a super long music video, so definitely go check that out. It's really cool. My favorites off that EP are In Time, Figure 8, and Glass and Patron. Yes, bitch. Next up is Neon from Port Noir. Port Noir is a progressive metal band, and they are fucking epic. I haven't listened to like any of their albums yet. This is the only bit of material that I've ever heard from them. But let me just tell you guys this, I am obsessed. This EP is so fucking good. Neon is an amazing song. It's really good to listen to when you just want to chill because it's very soft and it's very flowy and mellow. It's just really nice to chill to. But my favorite song off the EP without a doubt is Heathens. Oh my god, that song is so fucking good. If there's any song off the EP that you should listen to, it is Heathens. Oh my god, it is so fucking good. And the last EP that I have on my list is from a band that is new to the scene. This is their debut EP. I was gonna say it's their debut album, but it's not an album, it's an EP. And it is Spellbound from Elv Alone. Elv Alone is a symphonic metal band from Germany, and this is their debut pretty much because it's not their debut album because they haven't released a full-length album yet. They're so good. They're so good. My favorites off the EP are, I can't remember the name of the song, but it's the longest song and the final song on the EP. And then Born from Hope and Dead End Valley. And Born From Hope has a music video, and girl, the lead singer of Elv Alone in that music video, her highlight was on fleek. Girl, that highlight is just radiating. Girl, you did good with that highlight. But I have one complaint about this EP though. Now, when they released Spellbound, they had a release show in Germany. And they knew that some people weren't going to be able to make it to the show, so they actually recorded the show. And it's not like one of those like half-assed like recordings that like they get like some random person to get like a camera, just any old camera, and just film it. No, they had like an actual like production team film it. And really, really good stuff. Like the sound quality, wow. The sound audio is really good. The video quality is amazing. It's just, yes, it's good. But here's the thing though. Excluding the intro, because the intro is like its own individual track, there are 2 songs that they performed that are not on Spellbound EP. And I'm just over here like, where the fuck are they? Both of those songs are amazing. Particularly King of Thieves. Oh my god, that song is fucking epic. It's so fucking good. And I'm over here like, where the fuck is it on the EP? Why isn't it on the EP? Where is it? So, Elv Alone, if you are watching this, please put King of Thieves on your full-length album whenever you release it, because I need that shit in my life. I'll be sure to link that release show video in the description box below so you guys can check it out. So yeah, go check them out. They definitely deserve the recognition because they are so fucking good. And also they won a contest over the summer to actually be able to perform at Mara Luna Festival. So if you went to Mara Luna like this past summer, then you guys got to see them perform live. So those are all the EPs. So now let's get on into the top 15. And starting out with number 15 is The Fountain of Eternal Life by Symphonic Destiny. Symphonic Destiny is a symphonic power metal band from... shit, where are they from? From Serbia, and they are so good. This album is a really, really cool album. Their lead singer, she has such a unique voice. I love finding bands with singers that have a very unique voice because it's different. Because like, you generally find a lot of bands that have singers that have like very similar voices, but Tamea's voice, I'm hoping that's how you pronounce it by the way, she has a very unique voice. It's very, very different. And this album, it's pretty damn good. And they're very, very new to the scene. I don't think they're very, very new to the scene. But this is their debut album. They've released an EP, I think, maybe last year or the year before, I believe. And this is their first full-length album, and it's so good. It's so good. And my favorites off the album, I have 2 favorites. One of them is Love, and it's the final track on the album, and it's actually like a segment from the song, the title track, The Fountain of Eternal Life, but it's very, very, but there's like orchestrations behind it, and that's all there is. It's like orchestrations and the vocals. It's so beautiful. It's so, so lovely, and it's just, oh, it's so wonderful just to like listen to because it's so peaceful. And then my number 1 favorite song off the album is the title track, The Fountain of Eternal Life. It's so amazing. It's so epic. It's pretty long. It's 15 minutes long. So if you're not into long songs, then I'm sorry, but you need to listen to this song because it is fucking epic. And it definitely stands out on the album for multiple reasons besides it being like 15 minutes long. It's the most interesting and the most unique song off the album because like Tamea, like throughout the whole entire album, it's like very obvious that they're a power metal band, but in this song Tamea like experiments with more classically inclined vocals. Let's just put it like that because it's not operatic, but it's definitely close to it. And it's so good. It's so good. It's very unique, and it's just really, really interesting. And it's wonderful. It's a very wonderful song. It's so, so fucking good. I wish someone would post the lyrics somewhere online because it is a wonderful, wonderful album. And I highly, highly encourage you guys to go check them out. Next up at number 14 is Sovereign from Draconian. I've been a fan of Draconian for a couple of years now, and when I learned that Lisa, I believe that's what her name was, I believe that's what her name is. I'm hoping that's what her name is. I'm pretty sure that's what her name is. When I found out that she was leaving the band, I was pretty shocked, and I was like a bit upset about it because like I had just started really getting into them, and then I find out that their female singer is leaving, and I'm like, why does this always happen? Like, it happens to me a lot. Like, I discover a band or I get really into a band, and then I find out that like either like the members that I've grown to love have either left or the entire band itself has disbanded. So yeah. But and so I was a bit down, but I then heard that they got a new female singer, Heike Lagans. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. I know I got her first name right, but I'm not sure about her last name. But I was just like, okay, so let's see about her. Let's check her out. And like, first thing I noticed is that she's very beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. And then I found out she also has a solo project. She has some of her own projects called Lorelei and Ison. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's Ison. I checked out Lorelei, and the song that I found of hers was Leave Me, and I fell in love with her. Her voice, it's so beautiful and so haunting, and just And then when I heard, then she collaborated with Hearts of Black Science on one of their songs. I cannot remember the name of it though, but she collaborated with them on a song and was featured in one of their songs, and oh my god, it's so fucking beautiful. It's so good. It is so good. But anyways, and so I became really, really excited about the new Draconian album because like, I was like, she has such an amazing voice. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get this on. Come on. And when Sovereign finally arrived and I listened to it, I'm just like in awe. It is such a wonderful album. It's so different compared to past Draconian albums. And not just because they have a new female singer, but like the sound is different. The lyrics are different. I watched an interview that Heike did with Metal and High Heels back at NFVF of 2014, and she mentioned that when it came to like lyrics and everything, they were a lot more melancholy and a little bit darker than past Draconian albums and songs and whatnot. And so I was just thinking like, oh, she's just saying that because like, just like put something out there. It's kind of like when Epica, when Simone described Requiem for the Indifferent to be a lot more doomy, and yet only but one track off the album was very doomy. But no, Heike was not kidding. This album is very melancholy. It's very, very deep. It's very emotional. It's a lot softer too. Like riff-wise, it's nowhere near as like heavy as like The Turning Season Within or A Rose for the Apocalypse. It's very softer. It's a lot more easygoing, like flow-wise, it flows very beautifully, and it's such a good album. It's so good. It's very haunting, and Heike's voice is just to die for. It's just so fucking gorgeous. And ugh. And by the way, did I mention that they were a doom metal band? I don't think I mentioned that. They're a doom metal band, by the way. And they have two singers. They have Jacob and then Heike. Jacob's their vocalist and Heike's their singer. My favorites off the album are Dishearten, Rivers Between Us featuring Daniel of Hearts of Black Science, which is such an amazing song, by the way. A really, really good song. Really, really good duet. And then But my number one favorite song off the album is Pale Tortured Blue. Oh my god, that song is so fucking beautiful. The second verse is everything to me for some reason. I don't know why it is. It is just so fucking good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. Go listen to Sovereign, particularly Pale Tortured Blue and Rivers Between Us. You will love it. It's so good. Next up is Innuendo from Amberian Dawn. Amberian Dawn is a symphonic power metal band from Finland, and they've been around for a few years, couple of years. I think they release their first album, River 20, back in 2008, I believe it was. And back then, their lead singer was Heidi something. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name. But yeah, she was their original front woman, and she is an opera singer, and so yeah, but then she left the band. I don't know the specifics as to why she left, so don't ask. She created her own project, which called Dark Sarah, which didn't make it onto the top 15. But anyways, but they got a new lead singer back in 2013, Capri. And Capri, she definitely brings the power metal to like a totally new level. Because Heidi, she's an opera singer, and then Capri, she's not an opera singer, but she does do like classically inclined vocals on some songs. And like, I loved Magic Force. Magic Force is an amazing, amazing album. So I had very high hopes for Innuendo, and it definitely delivered. It's very different compared to Magic Forest, but it's still very, very good. I don't think it's nearly as good as Magic Forest, to be completely honest, but it's definitely very good though. The songs, they all still tell amazing stories, which is a common theme within power metal bands, and it's just a wonderful album. It's really, really nice. And my favorite songs off the album had to be like Fame and Gloria, and the music video for that song is actually pretty fucking badass too. Definitely go check that out. Chamber of Dreadful Dreams and Symphony No. 1 Part 1, The Witchcraft. Those songs are my favorites off the album. They're really, really good. Really good songs to listen to. So yeah, definitely go check them out. Number 12 is Take It Like a Man from Butcher Babies. Butcher Babies, they are a female-fronted thrash metal band from the States, and they've been around for a few years. A lot of people think that like their debut album, what was it called? What was it called? I cannot remember what it was called. Oh my god, I'll have it up on the screen. But a lot of people think that their debut album was like, oh, they're new to the scene. They're here. Like, this is a new band. They've been around for a lot longer than their debut album. Like, they've been around for a while. They released their debut album, I think, back in 2013. They've been around since like 2011, if not longer than that. And I've been a fan of theirs before they got signed to Century Media, and I'm not trying to sound like I liked them before everybody liked them, but I mean, it's kind of true. They have two singers, Heidi and Carla, and they're just really fucking badass chicks who make amazing music. And Take It Like a Man is a really good album. It's very, very different compared to their debut album, because their debut album is like metalcore-ish in a way, but this album, it's very, very thrash metal. It's really, really good. It's very heavy. It's really intense. And also there's a ballad track on this album, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is so fucking beautiful. I was blown away. I was not expecting to have like a ballad track from this band. And then one of my favorite tracks on the album is actually a proper release of an old song of theirs, and that is Blonde Girls All Look the Same. I remember when they first released the song, it was just like a demo version of the song that they had posted on their, not their Facebook page, on their YouTube channel, and I remember when I first discovered them back when I heard Mr. Slow Death for the first time, I found Blonde Girls All Look the Same, and I fell in love with it, especially the dialogue at the very end, which, like, I'm dead serious with this. I'm really bummed out that they left out the audio at the end of like this redo of it, but at the same time it makes sense that they left it off and everything, so I can't be too mad about it. But yeah, at the same time I am bummed out, so yeah. But my favorites off of Take It Like a Man are Monsters Ball, Gravemaker, Thrown Away, that's the ballad track, Never Go Back, For the Fight, and Blonde Girls All Look the Same. They really stepped up their game with this album. It's so good. It's so good. It's so much better than Goliath on so many levels, and good job, girls. Good job. And I really want to see them live. They've been touring so much lately that it's like I have so many opportunities to see them, but at the same time of being a broke ass bitch, I ain't got no opportunities to see them. Number 11 is When Stories Unfold by Illuminata. Illuminata is a symphonic metal band from Austria, and I discovered them when I was just randomly like looking around, listening to music on YouTube one day, and I came across their song Arbitrary Asylum, and fell in love with them immediately. Oh my god. They have such an amazing cinematic sound. They're so fucking good. They're so good. Such an amazing band. And they're very new to the scene. Well, I say they're fairly new to the scene, we'll say that. And they're very underground. They do not get the recognition that they deserve because they are just so fucking amazing. Oh my god, this album is so fucking good. It's so good. It's so beautiful. My favorites off of it are Arbitrary Asylum, Phoenix, and The World Conductor, I believe it's what it's called. Let me make sure. World Constructor, not World Conductor. But yeah, it's such... oh my god, it's such a good album. It's such a good album. Oh my god, it's so good! If you love really cinematic music and love symphonic metal, you will love Illuminata. And my neighbor's kid is getting the mail, and they got like a newspaper, and she's pulling out the newspaper sheet by sheet by sheet, and it's annoying the shit out of me because it's like, girl, you just fucked up that fucking newspaper. I highly encourage you guys to listen to it's such a good album. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Go listen to it. You'll enjoy it.